Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Sunday, September 18th, 2016. There are no significant fire potential impacts expected for the next few days, although we are seeing warmer and drier conditions across Utah and Nevada and the Arizona Strip once again today and tomorrow. Moist and breezy conditions will linger across Idaho with some showers moving into the higher elevations there. Light showers were observed over the central Idaho mountains yesterday, and we still don't have our lightning data available. Precipitation percent of normal is shown here for the past 7 days on the left and the past 30 days on the right. The past 7 days did bring a significant system to southern Idaho and portions of central Nevada, but if we look for the past 30 days, there are some areas that are quite dry for the time of year, particularly western Idaho and portions of western and southern Nevada and western Utah. Some of these areas are currently still experiencing very low live fuel moisture. A few initial attack fires continue to pop up each day. Yesterday these fires were scattered throughout the Great Basin. Overall fire danger trends still remain fairly low for the time of year for most of the central and eastern Great Basin, although there are some areas, particularly western Nevada in the northwest corner of our Idaho area, that are still pretty high for the time of year. All these values are increasing for the next few days as we're seeing warm and dry conditions over much of the Great Basin. This morning's satellite imagery shows that westerly flow. This is allowing dry and warm conditions to spread throughout the geographic area, with the exception of the central Idaho mountains where some moisture there will continue to create showers throughout the day. Overall large fire potential remains fairly low across the north and most of the east, but a few dry areas remain, particularly over western and southern Nevada. The areas of expected shower activity are shown here over the central Idaho mountains and possibly over the mountains of western Wyoming as well this afternoon, but for much of the geographic area, mostly sunny skies and warm temperatures are expected. There are some breezy winds under this westerly flow expected over eastern Idaho and western Wyoming, and possibly over the mountains of northern Utah as well. On Monday, the high pressure is the dominant feature over the Great Basin for generally sunny skies and warming temperatures. Overall fire danger will increase somewhat tomorrow as we see very warm temperatures with highs near 90 degrees in Salt Lake and over much of the northern Nevada valleys, while much cooler temperatures will be observed over the mountains of central Idaho and western Wyoming. On Tuesday, the weather begins to change as we'll see an area of low pressure moving northward into the southern and eastern Great Basin, as well as an area of low pressure from the north moving into Idaho. This will allow temperatures to decrease and bring some gusty winds to portions of western Nevada. Cooler and showery weather will move into the north as well as the south, but one more day of warm temperatures could be observed in between these two areas, and some gusty winds are expected over western Nevada. 3-day precipitation accumulations are shown here. This mainly refers to the precip over central Idaho mountains today, and then again the precip that's expected to move into the north and the south on Tuesday. On Wednesday, a cold front will move through the central Great Basin, bringing cooler temperatures and showers to portions of eastern Nevada and northern Utah. By Thursday, the low digs further southward, drops temperatures even further, and really spreads a wetting rain across much of eastern Nevada, Idaho, and northern Utah. By Friday, that low could be scooting off to the east, leaving cooler northerly flow in place across the Great Basin. More of the same is expected on Saturday as some drying returns, but we'll still see that cooler northerly flow. The 7-day precipitation accumulation is shown here, with a pretty significant wetting rain expected over much of Idaho, western Wyoming, eastern Nevada, and northern Utah. This will likely decrease large fire potential, especially across northern Utah, for a little while. Western Nevada will likely remain dry and could still see some elevated fire potential. The extended forecast for the last week of September is calling for below normal temperatures across the eastern Great Basin, with generally below normal precipitation as well. The area of greatest concern in this forecast will continue to be western and southern Nevada, where it looks like they have the best chance to be warm and dry. This concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.